INT, we're set for football. And we are underway from Ford Field. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Andy Dalton. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Maybe a little over anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that front.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and it almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 44, Dalton complete. It's Johnson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. This will be Dalton again. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is set away. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10. At about the 32. There's Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Goff. They're connecting here with DJ Shark. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Goff linking up with Shark for a Lions 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Goff on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll roll it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield here, Dalton. And this is incomplete.
Got to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Dalton's about to bring a little pressure on this snap.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. There's Chris Olave. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he's got Rome. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw here, Dalton. And that is incomplete here.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Got an open man, it's Olave. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Kamara dances by him. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It's definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
On 2nd and goal, Dalton to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it's only thought he had a window to push that ball downfield. As soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints post the first points in the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Gone. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. David Onyemata, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. 1st and 10 for Dalton. He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
And he will have a 1st down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. It's gone. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
3rd and long. It's gone. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 4th down, Goff got his man complete over the middle. That's Mitchell. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10. Throwing again is Goff. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Dalton.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from
to be to knock it away.
Dalton's throw caught by Olave.
Over here. Yeah.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So that, all right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Jared Goff and the rest of the Lions offense set to go to work once more.
And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where you just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You complete 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now a first down throw. Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Goff.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Again, Goff. Toward the center of the field. It's
Keyed in on since all of that completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And some room to maneuver.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd down, Kamara gets around him. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Andy Dalton. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do. That's a big swing of momentum right there.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he gets this up past the 30. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Off play action. Here's Goff.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. Give him 2 yards on that play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They run. It's Williams. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. On 1st down, it's gone. His throw incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
22 yards there, a 1st down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, you know, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play out while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Lions go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
Kamara
Gets it again on second down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And Dalton to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
Here comes the Saints punter now. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. Taken in at the 22. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions will take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Swift going to try up the middle. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Demario Davis there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Goff now to throw. It's caught. Mitchell.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
That's another one complete to Mitchell.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
They run it again with Williams. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And his kick is indeed good, and the Lions are going to win this game.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means